just so you know, we're not late. That clock back there is just 5 or 6 minutes fast. We have to do it like that to get the commissioners here on time. We'll now have invocation by Commissioner Huggins, followed by the pledge by Commissioner McLaughlin.
Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this gathering. We thank you for all who are here, the young people, dear Lord, and their success in their games. Dear Lord, we ask your blessings upon this meeting, your guidance for whatever decision we make, that we will make them in the best interest of your people. These blessings we ask in your son Jesus' name. Say amen.
Amen. Please join me with pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Entertain a motion for approval.
So move. Second.
Motion and second, please vote. Public addresses to the board.
Mr. Chairman, no one is signed up to speak.
All right, we'll move right on into the presentations. If we can have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Got the motion second, please vote.
While we're walking down, our first presentation is Wilson Bermudez, our Employee of the Month. Is Wilson present? Here he is. There he is. Fantastic. Come on up. Excellent. Welcome. It is my absolute pleasure to present you this evening with a certificate of recognition for Employee of the Month for November 2025. It reads, presented to Wilson Bermudez, Social Services, in recognition of your dedication and exemplary service to Pitt County government and the citizens we serve. Your nominator sent a lengthy and meaningful application in this program where peers submit peers when they notice folks modeling the behavior that we value so highly here in Pitt County government. And he says, or your nominator says, working at the front window, we often encounter language barriers that make it challenging to assist members of our community, especially Spanish speakers. Wilson is our trusted interpreter, always stepping in without hesitation or complaint. With a smile and a can-do attitude, he bridges communication gaps and ensures every community member feels heard, respected, and supported. Wilson has gone above and beyond on countless occasions, often stopping what he's doing to lend a hand. His dedication, professionalism, and kindness make him an invaluable part of our team and a tremendous asset to Pitt County government. Wilson is a foreign language interpreter too for the Department of Social Services. Mr. Chairman, if you would present this with him, and as part of the program, we've deposited $100 into your bank account.
Awesome, thank you.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Misty Chase. If Misty will come forward with her family, if she's brought anyone with her. The whole crew. Yes, this is a big day. Put you right on the black line, and then we'll have family come right around in the middle. Little ones up front, precious. I'm gonna stay right here. Yep. Mama's got to be front and center.
Come stand here. This is the why.
If this is the why. Excellent. Welcome, and thank you all for being here. It is my absolute pleasure this evening to read a resolution of appreciation honoring Misty Chase upon her retirement from Pitt County government. And it reads, it's a bit of a long one because she's done a lot, but it reads, whereas Misty Chase served Pitt County government as the transportation director from June 2023 until December 1st, 2025, the Pitt County Board of Commissioners wishes to recognize and honor Misty Chase upon her retirement and express sincere appreciation for her many years of dedicated service to local government and the residents of Eastern North Carolina. And whereas Misty began her public service career in 1999 with Greene County, following Hurricane Floyd, managing housing repair grants and working with economic development to help the community recover from both the flood and the tobacco buyout. And whereas her leadership led to the creation of the Beyond Tobacco Initiative, funded through a Federal Technology Opportunities Program grant, which partnered with Apple Incorporated to provide laptops to students in grades 6 through 12 and establish county-wide wireless internet access. And whereas, as director of Beyond Tobacco, Misty oversaw projects that taught seniors computer skills, helped farmers diversify their markets, and launched the Digital Connectors program, training students to teach digital literacy in local communities. And whereas, her innovative work earned national attention, leading to an invitation to speak before Congress about the positive impact of technology on rural education and workforce development. And whereas in 2014, Misty became the director of Greene County Transportation, where she revitalized the department with compassion and professionalism. And whereas when joining Pitt County, Misty focused on prioritizing customer service to include collaborating with Pitt Community College to create a student transportation program expanding access to higher education. And whereas throughout her career, Misty served on numerous boards, including the Greene County Housing Authority, 4-H Advisory Board, Council on Aging, United Way, and the North Carolina Public Transportation Association Board, reflecting her lifelong dedication to community service. And whereas Misty's career has been defined by kindness, vision, and her guiding belief in treating others as she would want to be treated. And now therefore be it resolved that the Pitt County Board of Commissioners does hereby express its gratitude and thanks to Misty Chase for her outstanding leadership, innovation, and service to the people of Pitt County, and honors her with this resolution of appreciation given under our hand and seal of Pitt County, adopted this 17th day of November 2025, signed by Kimberly Hines, clerk, signed by Benji Alleman, chairman, and attested by Kimberly Hines, clerk to the board. Mr. Chairman, if you would present this to Misty.
Thank you, ma'am. Enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
You've done a lot.
We thank you and we're going to miss you. All right, we'll squeeze in for a picture. Oh. Oh, gosh. Thank you so much. And then we'll be lunching soon.
And I'll be cheering from the sideline.
Thank you. All right, our next recognition is a wonderful group of young people. If the coaches and players from the Oakwood soccer team will come forward. Yes, they do get this too. We'll have you all gather around in the center. Welcome. Wonderful. All right. Well, I'm going to, I don't know if our public information office cares where I stand, but I'm going to go here where I can see you and out at the same time, and excuse my back. It is an absolute pleasure to recognize the 2025 Oakwood Eagles boys soccer team this evening with a resolution entitled Pitt County Board of Commissioners Resolution of Recognition honoring the 2025 Oakwood Eagles boys soccer team. And it reads, whereas the 2025 Oakwood Eagles boys soccer team has cemented its place in Oakwood school history as one of the most dominant and successful teams to ever take the field. And whereas the Oakwood boys soccer team achieved an exceptional record during the 2025 season, finishing with an outstanding 22-2 overall record and capturing the TIC Conference Championship. And whereas the Eagles demonstrated perseverance, teamwork, and dedication throughout the season, culminating in a 3-1 victory over Statesville Christian School in the NCISAA 1A state championship match. And whereas through the hard work and commitment both on and off the field, the Eagles earned multiple postseason honors and brought great pride to the Oakwood school community, their families, and Pitt County. And whereas the Board of Commissioners wishes to recognize and commend the players and coaches for their outstanding accomplishments, sportsmanship, and representation of our community with excellence and pride. The resolution has all of the names of the teammates and the coaches, which we'll read one by one when we issue certificates, and then says, now therefore be it resolved that the Pitt County Board of Commissioners hereby recognizes and congratulates the Oakwood boys soccer team for their extraordinary 2025 season and their title as NCISAA 1A state champions, adopted this 17th day of November 2025 by the Pitt County Board of Commissioners, signed by Benji Holloman, Chairman, and attested by Kimberly Hines, Clerk to the Board, if you will present that to their head coach. And then we will run through certificates. And we may have some folks that are not here, but this first certificate of recognition is awarded to Josiah Rose. Thank you. Here I will pass you the certificate. And the certificates each read, for participation as a player for the 2025 NCISAA 1A State Championship Oakwood Boys Soccer Team, presented by the Pitt County Board of Commissioners. The second certificate is awarded to Arrington Adler. Owen Thaxton. Carson Thaxton. Asher Jarsdorfer. Declan Mulligan. Thank you. Darren Muteretti. Jeremy Scholl. Ishan Muteretti. Edward Bates. Fisher Fairbrother. Eduardo Murillo Ramirez. Alex Mothersole. Lassie Peters. Victor Assis. Devin Patel. Mason Smith. Edwin Casuelo Ortiz. Jacob Weil. Aiden Henry. Wesley Miller. Alex Magana. Yadavir Kumar Dalawal. Aaron Brion. Brian Marcello. Seamus McAndrew. Malachi Green. Henry George. Elijah Smith. And then for our coaches, Mr. Chairman, if you will present this one to Christopher Nunnally. And next we have Crystal McLaughlin, assistant coach. And Ellen Quesnell, assistant coach. With that, one final round of applause and we'll scooch in for a picture.
All right, so just step down, step down, step down, step down.
Squeeze in a little bit closer. Sure we'll budget for a wide lens. You're so welcome, thank you. Congratulations, fine looking group. We have one more recognition this evening. While those folks are stepping out, if those here for our proclamation on National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week would come forward. Lynn and Jim. Put you both right on that. And Eric Gooby, of course. Come right on up on the black dot. You've got it. Okay, it is with pleasure that we recognize November 16th to the 22nd, 2025 as National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week with this proclamation adopted by the board that reads, whereas National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week is an annual recognition sponsored by the National Coalition for the Homeless and the National Student Campaign Against Hunger and Hopelessness to spotlight the issues of hunger and homelessness along with efforts to address anti-poverty across the country and locally. And whereas in 2024 at the national and state levels, homelessness increased with over 771,000 individuals identified as experiencing homelessness, a record high for the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, and a 19% increase in North Carolina to 11,626 people. And whereas Pitt County and the network providers have conducted outreach and provided support to the annual Pitt County point-in-time census that identified 130 homeless individuals in Pitt County in 2025, including families with children, of which 36 were unsheltered. And whereas Pitt County is part of a 79-county continuum of care that has garnered over $2 million in grants to Greenville and Pitt County from a variety of funding sources to house and support citizens experiencing homelessness, with 469 people and 301 households receiving rapid rehousing assistance since 2020. And whereas since 2020, Pitt County and network providers have expanded the scope of housing resources with special purpose and Veterans Affairs housing vouchers, provided hotel vouchers, distributed backpacks, food, water, gift cards, and personal care items, developed and distributed resource cards, and engaged in ongoing advocacy. And whereas the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina reports that in Pitt County, 29,410 people, or 17% of the population, are facing hunger. And whereas Pitt County directly operates the Leroy James Farmers Market, the Making Pitt Fit Community Garden, and distributes food and nutrition, SNAP, and WIC benefits to low-income households. Now therefore be it resolved, the Pitt County Board of Commissioners does hereby proclaim November 16th through 22nd, 2025 as National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week, adopted the 17th day of November 2025, signed by Benji Holloman, Chair, attested by Kimberly Hines, Clerk to the Board. If you will present that to Lynn James.
Thank you.
We'll scoot you in for a picture and appreciate all that you're doing to raise awareness and address this issue. Thank you so much. Yes.
All right, now we'll move on to public hearings. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back, Mr. Chairman. We do have one quick text amendment that we're proposing tonight to the county zoning ordinance. Back last month, the North Carolina legislature had adopted House Bill 926. This became Session Law 2025-94, the Regulatory Reform Act of 2005. And it amended the North Carolina General Statutes basically to say that a local government cannot require any kind of waiting period if there's been a denied rezoning or development approval. We cannot require any kind of waiting period for them to resubmit that application. Currently, our zoning ordinance does require a one-year waiting period to resubmit a rezoning petition that's been denied by the board. So in order to come into compliance with the state law, we're recommending removing that language from the ordinance. This is a copy of the ordinance language as it's shown currently, and what we're proposing is just to, again, remove that entire section, mark it as reserved for future use. Staff finds that the proposed amendment is consistent with the Envision Pitt County 2045 Comprehensive Land Use Plan. We also find it's reasonable in the public interest because it's intended for consistency with state laws and regulations. The Planning Board also reviewed this text amendment at its October 15th meeting, and they voted unanimously to recommend approval of the request, and also found it's consistent with the Envision Pitt County plan. So we do have two proposed motions for you tonight. First is to adopt the consistency statement, which would read, the proposed amendment to the ordinance is consistent with the Envision Pitt County 2045 Comprehensive Land Use Plan. It will allow planning staff to continue to promote an effective jurisdiction-wide land use regulatory program that's consistent with applicable state laws and regulations. Also, the proposed amendments are reasonable and in the public interest because it's intended for consistency with state laws and regulations. So the second motion will be that the staff recommends approval of the request to amend this section of the ordinance to remove that one-year waiting requirement and with an immediate effective date, and to adopt the replacement pages in the Code of Ordinances book and update the historical notes. And with that, Mr. Chair, we're ready for public hearing.
All right, I will declare the public hearing open. Mr. Attorney?
People are signed up.
No.
Oh,
If nobody has signed up, do you have to?
I don't, but I can read it anyways.
Oh, no, you're fine. I will now close the public hearing because nobody has signed up. I was misguided on that. Thank you. What's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to move that we approve the text amendment with a small modification, and that we ask that applicants provide to planning staff a procedural history of that application or similar applications, so that our staff has a record of previous applications prior to submittal or at the time of resubmittal.
All right, you have a motion. Do we have any further discussion? Yes, ma'am. You got a second. Please vote.
And Mr. Chair, just for procedural reasons, I'll also move that we find that we adopt the consistency statement with that amendment, with that text amendment, and that we approve that request.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please vote. Don't kill it, Mary. All right, now we'll move on to the motion passes.
Thank you, Mr.
sir.
Chair.
All right, Ms. Kelly Andrews, you're up for Economic Development, Project Jackpot.
Good evening, Chairman Holman and Commissioners. This public hearing is in reference to a proposed update to the existing economic development agreement for Project Jackpot based on revised investment projections. The amendment takes into account a significant increase in the anticipated investment in real and personal property. This agreement still includes a grant equal to 60% of the net increase in ad valorem taxes for a period of 6 years. At the new investment levels, which include $40 million as opposed to the original $8.5 million, this incentive cap would increase to up to $100,000 per year for a 6-year period, with a maximum incentive of up to $600,000 over the full grant term. In addition, we ask that the Pitt County Economic Development Office be authorized to apply for an NC Commerce Building Reuse Grant to accommodate the company's expansion, and this includes a 5% match, not to exceed $25,000. And this includes all documentation required to apply for and comply with the grant if approved. Just ask for your recommendation is to provide this amendment and to apply for that grant, and happy to answer any questions.
All right, we will now open the public hearing. I will now declare the public hearing open. Nobody signed up to speak. We will now close the public hearing. What's the pleasure of the board?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, got a motion and a second. You have a question?
I did.
Hold on.
Mr. Chairman, I
She
apologize.
has a question.
Hi.
Just to be clear, does the 6 years start from the original 8.5, or does it start now with the new 40?
Great question. So the agreement was signed in August of 2024, so that date still remains.
Okay.
So the 6-year period has already begun.
So it's really 4
Yes.
years.
So the
Okay.
remainder of that is that original 6-year period.
Okay, thank you
Yes.
very much.
Thank you.
Any further questions?
I have one. How much, I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
how much more money are we talking about from the original one to this that
Yes.
we would have to provide?
Right. So the original was $32,000 a year, or $216,000 over the 6-year period. And now it's $100,000 a year, or $600,000, going from $8.5 million to $40 million
How
in
much
investment.
have they already obtained?
At this point, this would be their first year actually receiving a grant. So they haven't received their first payment yet. So this would be their first year. But that goes back to 2024.
Thank you.
All right, we have a motion. Any further discussion? Have a motion and a second on the floor. Please vote. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Moving on to items for report. Behavioral Health Treatment Court, Judge Wendy Hazelton.
Good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Before I begin, I want to acknowledge some of our team members and supporters. We have Stephen Mills, he's with CST, and that is Community Support Team, and he is with Pathways to Life, who is our provider for mental health and substance abuse. We have Officer Hardison with Probation and Parole, and we have Miss Melissa Miller. She is our court coordinator. So I know time is limited, so we did provide a little something for you all to peruse through. Hopefully that will be able to answer any questions that you may have that we are not able to address here for you tonight. So the Pitt County Behavioral Health Treatment Court started in July of 2020. We are one of 2 treatment courts in North Carolina that deal with people that suffer from mental illness and substance abuse. For the last few years, our court has been funded through the Pilot Innovative Court Program grant from the 2021-2023 state budget. In May of 2024, through that budget, we were able to hire Melissa Miller to come on as our court coordinator. Prior to COVID hitting, our numbers were pretty steady. Unfortunately, after COVID hit, our numbers went down drastically. However, when we were able to hire Melissa, our numbers went up drastically. So we're now at 200%, which means that we have at least 9 to 10 participants in our court at all times. Since Melissa has joined the team, she is responsible for many things. Just to give you a few ideas of what she does do, she is responsible for the court operations. She is responsible for data tracking, which means that's why you're able to get that nice little packet that you got tonight. She participates with our participants and making sure that their needs are met. She works very closely with Pathways to Life and probation. Melissa truly has a heart for this community of people, and she compassionately advocates for their needs. Unfortunately, her position is set to expire in March of next year. The team cannot lose Melissa. We cannot lose her. Pitt County cannot afford to lose Melissa because she does so much for this county and for our participants. So we have a three-way ask of you tonight. First, we are asking you for gap funding to support Melissa's position from April of 2026 until, secondly, the county passes its budget. And in that budget, we are asking you all to pick her up as a county employee. And finally, we are asking you, when you pass your budget, to include some funds for our court on a yearly basis to help us help the people of Pitt County. Pitt County's justice-involved men and women who suffer from mental health disorders and/or substance abuse are our responsibility. We have to look out for those people. We are asking the county to help us fulfill our moral obligation as a treatment court to the people of Pitt County that suffer from these disabilities. With your help, we can continue to support this group of people. I hope that you all would have an opportunity to peruse through that information and speak to County Manager Gallagher, as she did come and witness one of our court sessions, and it was truly an amazing experience. We do some great work here in Pitt County for these folks, and now we need your help because we are running out of time. And if we run out of time, these people are going to pay. So please help us help them. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to report from Social Services, Ms. Sharon Rochelle.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here just to answer any questions and just fill you in a little bit about the food and nutrition program. And just so that you're aware, the benefit was fully put in place last week, so people actually started to get money on their EBT cards as of Friday. And for the last several weeks, the information that was coming in from the federal government changed almost on a daily basis, and we just kept scurrying to try to keep up with it until, and then there were different lawsuits going on, as you're probably aware if you've listened to the news. But anyway, the final thing was, with the federal shutdown ending, people were able to get their complete benefit. And I just want to be able to say, as a community, people came forward to help folks out in a way that I've never witnessed before in any community that I lived in. We had 3 tractor trailer loads full of food being donated, and again, it went to the Boys and Girls Club. We boxed up as much of that as we could, but we still have more to do, and we found a place to be able to store that, so we'll continue to provide support to folks, because what we know to be true is if people for the last 2 weeks were not able to feed their children, they had to make tough choices. And some of those choices, do I feed my children or pay my rent and utility bill? And so we know that people made the decision to go ahead and feed their kids. But it's 2 weeks worth of food that they went without and had to make the choice to be able to do some other things with their money for that period of time. So we're going to continue to provide food for those folks. We'll probably donate some to the food pantry as well. And for, not tomorrow, but for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to do a drive-through at the Department of Social Services. We knew that we couldn't help all 14,000 households. So what we did is we took our numbers of the largest families that we serve. So we went like from 10 to 15 in a household, and then 7 to 9, and then 5 to 6. And so there were 405 families that we we're able to serve. So they're going to come through. We're going to provide them with a $50 gift card, which was some of the money that was donated to us through the United Way, as well as being able to provide boxes of food, not just one box, but several boxes, we're hoping, because if you had to feed 10 to 15 people, it's going to take more than one box of food. So that will start Wednesday. We're going to put out a hyperlink to have folks come through so that they know that, they're going to be getting this assistance as well as the food card. I will have someone there to be able to check people's name off so that we know that people are who they say they are and that they're not double dipping. And if we know that they've been through and gotten their gift card and food and come back a second time, we're not going to be able to serve them both times. So we're hoping that this allows us to meet the needs of as many people as we can without, causing any friction or any problems. We are not going to serve other counties, so if we have residents from other counties come through, we will not be serving them. Part of the agreement with the food that we received is that Pitt County ended up with 60% of that, 20% went to Martin, and 20% went to Beaufort County. So it was through the ask of the hospital, since those are the communities that they serve. So, but 3 tractor trailer loads full of food, we have plenty of food available and left over that will continue to be able to, serve the families. So that's it in a nutshell. It's been an interesting couple of weeks, that's for sure. But if you have any questions for me, I'd be glad to answer them.
Any questions or comments from the board? Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Monthly financial reports.
Yes, if we'll have Kelly Dixon come forward to make that report, Assistant Finance Director.
Good evening.
Good evening.
As stated, I'm Kelly Dixon, Assistant Finance Director, and tonight I am bringing to you the monthly financial report. You will find that on page 22 of your agenda packet. You will find that the revenues are tracking ahead of the expenditures in both the general fund and the solid waste fund, as well as the expenditures are coming in under the anticipated budget. In the EMS fund, revenues are coming in over budget. The expenditures are slightly over the revenue, but that is due to anticipated one-time expenditures. Those are purchases like ambulances and the upfit of the ambulances that were expected. That will level out without the year. It is to be noted, if those encumbrances were not in there, their fund would actually be at the 30.7%, and it would be in line with the rest of the funds. With that stated, it is my recommendation for approval unless you have any questions.
Any questions? Pleasure of the board. Got a motion
Second.
and a second. Please vote. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, if I could just take a moment to thank Kelly Dixon, and she's not here, but Susan Stokes as well, the 2 assistant finance directors. You heard from Kelly this month and Susan last month, which was a great experience for them to come before the board. And then on Monday, Michael Hardy will start as your CFO.
All right. Mr. Hill, come on, join us with the tax collection report.
Good evening, Chairman Holloman, Commissioners, Manager Gallagher. This evening I present to you the October tax collection report. The fiscal year combined tax collection rate through October 31st for real and personal property was 65.81%. The combined rate 1 year ago for real and personal property was 66.12%. Pitt County Tax Administration continues to pursue all outstanding taxes using the necessary remedies available through the North Carolina General Statutes. If there is any questions, I'm happy to answer them. If not, it's my recommendation to approve the October tax collection report as presented.
Any questions? Pleasure of the board. Got a motion? Got a second? Please vote. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Madam Manager, you're up.
Yes, your next meeting dates, December 1st and December 15th at 6 p.m. in this room. A reminder that we're closed for the Thanksgiving holiday, November 27th and 28th. And then item C, a reminder that your Board of Commissioners rules of procedure were included in your weekly packet this past week. And according to those rules of procedure, they must be affirmed or adopted at your first meeting in December. So we wanted to get those rules out to you in advance, wanted to make sure you were aware that you have them, and if you have any proposed changes to those rules, please let the clerk to the board know so that she can incorporate those for discussion at your first meeting in December. If you don't have any changes, then we'll present them as they currently exist to be affirmed on that date. And then, Mr. Chairman, if I could add one item on, the last item, as a report item, is the Household Hazardous Waste Collection Day, and you can see the graphic on your screen. Solid Waste and Recycling is hosting a Household Hazardous Waste Collection Day on Saturday, December 6th. As you see on the screen, residents can drop off a variety of hazardous materials at the Pitt County Transfer Station. It's a free event to give our community an easy and environmentally responsible way to get rid of items that shouldn't go in the regular trash. Signage has been placed at all of the convenience sites, and the Public Information Office is running an awareness campaign. For more information, visit our website or call Solid Waste and Recycling. I'll remind folks again, this is such an important event to assure that things that can be disposed of properly, that I'm sharing it at your meeting this evening, and you'll hear me say it again if you'll allow on December 1st.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's all that I have.
Thank you. Moving on to items for consent. Pleasure of the board. Got a motion? Second, please vote. All right, items for decision. Mr. Gibson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have an offer to purchase, the county received an offer to purchase some property that the county owns from a Miss Amy Williams. She has offered $2,000 for a parcel that is .09 acres located in the Farmville Township. This would be a procedure, an upset bid procedure, so the county, the board can either accept her offer, reject her offer, or make a counter offer. If accepting this offer, it'll be published in the Reflector. Individuals will have 2 days to place 10 days to place an upset bid on this property. And then if no other further bids are given to the board, this will come back for acceptance of her offer price. As you can see in your summary of information, this property was purchased in a tax foreclosure sale. The bid price was $750 by the county. Speaking with the tax department, it seems like this property would reappraise or be valued somewhere around $1,000 to $4,000. So it is completely up to the board as to what their pleasure would be as to whether to accept, reject, or make a counteroffer.
Pleasure of the board. Oh, you got a question? Yes, sir.
Just a quick question. So we set tax value on properties. And initially I read it and I thought, well, maybe just accept it because we don't want to hold properties without receiving taxes, right? But at the same time, I was looking, this is an out-of-state bid, presumably with no connection to the county. And I wonder, not that that should matter, but it just got me thinking, what's the harm in having a counter offer at tax value if that's what the tax value is and that's what we ought to get for it? Still not a whole big bump, but at the same time, it's not a neighbor that's connected to the parcel that I'm aware of. It's not an adjacent property owner that's looking to tie in with their property where maybe there's some community benefit here. This looks like kind of an investment opportunity. Nothing wrong with that again, but just at the county level, I would like to consider countering for the tax value of the property. I'm not sure if that would be appropriate or not, but I didn't see any harm in it.
I do have a question. So the county won this for $750?
Correct. So this was a tax foreclosure. The bid would have been $750 at that time. No one rebid on it during the tax foreclosure.
And the $750, that would have taken care of the taxes that was owed. Is that correct or not?
That is correct. I spoke with Russell today. He is present. He said there is an additional $495 that's on the books at this point.
Yes, that's cool. Yes, that's correct.
And I want to say, I believe the foreclosure took place in the early 2000s, if I remember correctly. So that value, I think, was around $1,000 back at that time. And it's kind of, the county, I want to say, I think that was one of the last few properties that we had that we tried to sell. During that time, it didn't sell. The county owned it for at least 10 years. And it's, if I remember right, is that the one that's the middle parcel of like another, like in between two parcels? And so it's got very limited use. That's the reason why when I talked with Attorney Gibson, that the price could range. It's got very limited use in just that parcel by itself. I think the intended buyer is trying to get in contact with an adjacent property owner to extend that property, but that would be a private transaction since the county doesn't own that adjacent parcel between them and the other person.
So we're turning a profit already of about $800.
Yes, sir. We, I think, and then of course they would have Farmville city taxes as well, because we wasn't collecting for Farmville at that time. So I'm guessing Farmville probably has about $400 or so owed as well, and they can make a claim to the county before getting for that. So.
Any further discussion? You have a motion. Did you want to amend your motion? Or you...
Oh, I wasn't making a motion. It was just discussion. I'm sorry.
My motion is to accept.
All right, you have a motion. Do we have a second?
Motion to accept the 2000.
We got
I'll
a second.
second.
All right, got a motion and a second. Please vote. Motion passes. Thank you. Moving on to appointment to the ABC Board. Madam Manager.
Yes, on page 77 of your packet, you will see that Bill Johnson's term on the ABC Board has expired, and he is not seeking reappointment. You have all interested applicants attached to your agenda, and we are seeking for this board to nominate an individual to serve to replace Bill Johnson. If appointed, the individual would fill a term set to expire September 9th, 2028.
All right.
Madam Chair, I've asked the manager, would you read out the names of the ones that, please?
Certainly. The eligible applicants included in your packet are Jennifer Corbett, Sharon Gray, Blake Price, and Jeremy Spangman. I'm sorry, I didn't read the one that had Spinman. Also Jeffrey Savage. It's also noted that, according to your rules of procedure, applications must be on file for 15 days, and an addendum must also be attached to an application for the ABC Board. That addendum is not included in your packet, but was emailed out to each of you today and is at your place settings with additional information about each candidate.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chairman, I serve on this board and have been serving on this board for a few years as your appointee, and I would like to offer Blake Price name as a replacement for Mr. Johnson.
All right, we have Blake Price.
I'd like to nominate Jennifer Corbett.
We have Jennifer Corbett. And we will vote in reverse order. All right. Oh, we'll close the nomination. Anybody else? Yes.
Mr. Chairman, as an ABC employee of the board, I think I should recuse myself to give the appearance of impropriety.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, seeing no other nomination, we'll close nomination process and we'll vote on Jennifer Corbett first. Okay, we will now go to Blake Price. pass either, so. We will now, can we reopen the nominations?
You can, or you can re-vote again after discussion.
If nominations are reopened, I will nominate Jeremy Spinjman.
All right,
And I'll just say a word about Jeremy, knowing him personally and having known him for years. Jeremy is a local business owner, Basil's Restaurant. Has been involved in the community. And so if this board cannot settle on the either two candidates, both of whom I think are also very good candidates, I would offer his name to fill the position.
all right, so we're gonna open the nominations back up, and you are gonna nominate Mr. Spinjman, is that correct? Okay, all right. Any further nominations?
Nominate Jennifer Corbett again.
Jennifer Corbett.
And I nominate Les Price again.
Okay, hold on here. So the last one is gonna be Jeremy Spinjman. All right, so I think Blake goes first. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so we will now close the nominations and we will vote on Blake Price. All right, now I believe that did not pass. We will now go to Jennifer Corbett. Thank you, ma'am, for keeping me straight. Hold on. There we go. And that passed. So Jennifer Corbett is up there. All right. We will now go to commissioner comments. We will start with Commissioner Manning in the corner. No comment. Commissioner Nunley?
No comment, thank you.
Commissioner Huggins? Commissioner McLaughlin?
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Commissioner Weaver?
No, sir, thank you.
I know you said you won't want to say nothing. Commissioner Smith?
No comments.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Carry on.
Thank you so much. Just real quickly, in the spirit of the Thanksgiving holiday coming up, I would just like to say that I'm very grateful for also getting ready to celebrate almost 1 year as a Pitt County Commissioner, and I'm just very honored and grateful to serve. And I would just like to wish everyone in Pitt County a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. Thank you.
All right. You had a motion to adjourn?
So move.
I see a second. Please vote. I'm not gonna mess with it tonight. I'm gonna vote.
I'm still locked out. I'm sorry.
We're adjourned. Thank you.